Moscow is a modern big city with a rich history and remarkable architecture. Among the crowds of people and picturesque sights, you may also find the things which are hard to believe and even more hard to explain from a rational point of view. If you are brave enough, stay tuned to know more about mystic and frightening legends of the Russian capital.
Patriarchy Ponds is one of the most picturesque sites of Moscow.
As soon as they don't call the Patriarch, place of power, the most dramatic place in the center of Moscow, and of course, Bulgakov's place. Once, this place bore their unromantic name, Good Marshes. In the Middle Ages, the part of the city in which perhaps the most prosperous part of the population lived today was notorious. It was said that here the pagan priests called the unfortunate and sacrificed them. They did this by cutting off their heads.
For a long time there was a wasteland on the side of modern Patriarchy Ponds. Respectful Christians passed by bad places.
A stream flowed nearby which bore a very eloquent name, Chattery. They still say that sometimes not only people feel uncomfortable in the ponds, but also cats, dogs, and other living creatures, in particular dogs, which can be observed at any time of the day, but fly to the zoo by nightfall. Patriarchy Ponds is a place where you want to come again and again. It's completely inexplicable. This is such a mysterious corner of Moscow, where the energy of antiquity and the truly Moscow spirit simply permeates around. Many researchers consider this place to be the strongest energy normally.
Almost the most popular street among ghosts is Kuznetsky Bridge. Here, as the legend says, a ghost named Juju lives. An accident led him to frighten people.
According to the legend, Juju was a charming French woman who worked as a fashion model in one of the many fashion shops on Kuznetsky Bridge. She had a close relationship with a famous person, Sava Morozov. One morning, in 1905, Juju was driving along the Kuznetsky Bridge in a carriage when she suddenly heard a newsboy's screams. Sava Morozov committed suicide. The French woman immediately jumped out of the carriage to buy a newspaper, but she was hit by another carriage passing by. The police were called. The woman was taken to the hospital, but she died. And late in the evening, a young newspaper boy was found strangled with a woman stalking in a gateway on the Kuznetsky Bridge. As the examination established, the stalking belonged to Juju, who died almost a day before the child. Since then, newspaper boys have never appeared on this street again.
The mystery of Mysnitskaya Street lies in the mansion of the Kuznikovs.
Rich Peter and Sophia moved in there in the 19th century after the famous Freemason Ismailov's death. Having found a skeleton and Masonic paraphernalia in the house, the Kuznikovs ordered all the rooms to be boarded up tightly. Only 2 rooms remained open.
Since then, the new owners didn't let anyone into their house.
The Kuznikovs were wealthy but very stingy and greedy. They didn't spend money, didn't do charity, led a reclusive lifestyle, and they had only one maid. One day, going on a long journey, the Kuznikovs hid all their savings in the fireplace. The maid, who didn't know about it, lit the fireplace, and the money burned. Sophia died immediately, shocked by the terrible news. Unable to cope with the grief, Peter went mad, began begging for money, and soon died.
Since then, passers-by may see a female figure hanging in the air in the evenings.
According to another version, you can meet the ghost of an old man looking for his savings in the street. Such a meeting, they say, promises failures with money.
The house on the embankment is a complex of structures on the Gersenyevsky embankment of the Moscow River on the Bolotnaya Island. In fact, this name was coined quite recently, and the house itself was built in 1931. The history of this place, as well as the ghost, is much longer. From the time immemorial, this place was considered dead. There was a big wasteland and rotten swamps. The revolution, there was a wine and salt yard, and when the construction of the house on the embankment began in 1927, when digging out a foundation pit, human bones had to be taken out by trucks. Communists find out a good replacement for the bones. The foundation of the giant house is based on the tomb bones that were brought from the destroyed cemeteries of the capital. Scientists, artists, and the important people of the time settled in this house. Very soon, such a well-fed, beautiful life was spoiled by the repression. Of the 2,000 residents of the house, more than 700 were repressed, without taking into account those residents who were first arrested themselves and only then went after their victims.
As you see, many places of interest keep their dark secrets. We hope you enjoyed the atmosphere of mystery and leaped into the unknown with our team. Give a thumbs up if you liked this video and see you at the mystic side of Moscow.